guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of other information from us over the course of the last couple of weeks, but today I just kind of want to walk through a couple questions that I've seen some individuals ask. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that we can provide as much insight into this all-in-one loan and deciding whether or not this makes sense for you. So the first question that we've gotten relatively recently is, I don't want to do a refinance. This loan is a refinance if you own a home and you want to put it on a home you currently own, even if it's owned free and clear, or even if you have a small first or second mortgage. Above and beyond that, this loan is going to have those standard closing costs. We're going to need to order an appraisal because we want to make sure we're lending based off of the value of the property. And then the last question we've seen come through, which is really just a housekeeping item, is really what I'm trying to get over in this instance, is the equity in your home is not able to be considered as reserves for this loan. Now, there are ways for us to get access to reserves if you have equity in your home, but it's really just going to be based off of, again, your scenario. It's hard to just give you one blanket, here you go, and that's all you need, because everybody is going to be different. Everybody earns money differently, everybody spends money differently, and realistically, it's just going to be based off your specific scenario. We have a list of about 16 some odd different questions that go from cash flow to income structures to goals and philosophy to even just kind of a mind shift change. Obviously, we'd love to be able to provide these to anybody that's interested. Feel free to click the link in the description that allows for us to reach out to you, provide us with your email, and we can send you a list of these questions. But I'm just going to kind of go through a couple of these questions and to kind of give you an understanding of what these questions are. These are questions that we would want for you to answer to yourself. We would also kind of like to know these because that also helps us determine whether or not it is a good product for you, because there are times when people say, hands up, not a good product for me, it's something I'm not interested in doing. And then we come to find out that, oh, well, it's not a good product for you right now because you have a small mortgage balance and you have a boatload of credit card debt and you're only barely making any dents on your credit card debt. But if you were to wrap all of that into this all-in-one loan and all of that monthly expenses to decrease substantially, then we would be able to have this make sense for you. So it really is going to be, we need to know these answers, but realistically, we need to make sure that you know these answers. So I'll walk through a few of these right now and kind of just explain some of the thinking behind it. Most of it is going to be pretty self-explanatory at the end of the day, but in the very beginning, the cash flow column, I'll kind of walk through one question in each of the different sections. And there are actually 5 different sections that we have broken this down into for us and you to determine whether or not this product makes sense for you. So the first one is, do I consistently have positive cash flow each month? If the answer is yes, then that's a phenomenal place to start. If the answer is no, well, then let's take another step back. Why are you not positively cash flowing? Is it because you have too much in additional debt? Is it because you're in between jobs? We just need to figure out what that looks like. And again, you don't need to be cash flowing going into this loan, because it's possible that the only way you become cash flowing positive or cash flow positive is by doing this, consolidating debt, expediting the payoff of those other debts, which then allows for you to expedite the payoff of this debt, your home, which is the largest debt in America, by the way. I think we have some statistics out there that just came out the other day. Total household debt, mortgage debt, just mortgages in the United States of the total household debt is about $13 trillion. Now, mind you, the total US household debt with credit cards and auto loans and student loans is only $18.4 trillion. So most of the debt in the United States is mortgage debt. So we need to figure out a way or we want to provide solutions to people to get out of that so that they can take control of their life and get back to doing the things that they really want to do. The next question that we have in the income section or the income structure section is, how do I earn my income? Is it frequent? Am I receiving commissions? Am I receiving bonus? Is there additional variable income that you can use strategically? Most people aren't going to be, at least for the most people that I've talked with, most people aren't basing their household expenses off of those bonuses that they don't know whether or not it's going to even show up. They set those aside. Hey, that's going to be for our vacation. Hey, that's going to be for X, Y, and Z. Well, while it's sitting over there for X, Y, and Z, it could be just doing something for you until you need to or want to spend it. The next question that we have is kind of underneath financial discipline and habits. And, you know, the biggest one is, hey, am I disciplined enough to not be kind of treating this available line of credit, my checking account, kind of just like free spending money? I have met plenty of people, and I'm friends with plenty of people who are actually just saying, hey, look, I have an extra $400, I'm going to go buy a new pair of shoes. And in many instances, depending on your income, that doesn't work for a product like this. It really is kind of, hey, let's buckle down, let's be disciplined. Now, let's not enjoy ourselves every once in a while, because hey, you should celebrate if you've paid your mortgage down by $30,000 or $40,000 in any given year. And the last thing that we're going to kind of walk through today is just going to be a really, really quick one, is the goals and philosophies. Again, feel free to reach out in the link in the description if you want to get more and want to get access to this. But, you know, the next big question that we like to ask, or that we want to know that you know or are aware of, is that, hey, you know, is financial flexibility more important to me than having a fixed payment? Now, we can get into in another video. I've done some research on the 30-year amortized schedule. It is really interesting for anybody that finds this stuff interesting. And I guess I must have been dropped on my head too many times to find this stuff interesting. But the 30-year amortized mortgage is so wild and it blows my mind. But does having the understanding that, yes, my 30-year mortgage is a fixed mortgage payment, this month's going to be the same as it is in 24 months. Is that more important to you than knowing, hey, look, I get that my payment might do some of this, and yeah, it could do some of this if I pull more money out, or yeah, if rates get a little wonky for a short period of time. But realistically, the question is to me really saying, hey, am I okay with knowing that the fixed interest over the life of the loan is going to be $700,000 with a 30-year mortgage, and only $150,000 with this all-in-one. But over here, there's some uncertainty in when I'm going to be spending every month in my mortgage payment. Again, just kind of wanted to walk through a couple of these different questions. Really appreciate you guys checking out this video. Feel free to click the link in the description. Have a good one, guys. Peace.